So morning, my lovelies. Just beginning seated or lying down, whatever feels right for you this morning. Have a nice big sigh if that feels good. As we settle just for a few moments onto our mat. So however your morning's been so far, we haven't had too much of a morning yet. But now is a time just to take some stillness. Time for the mind to slow down and to reflect on the thoughts that we do get. So just tune into your breath. When was the last time you actually were tuned into your breath? And that, unless you get on your mat or you do other kind of yogic or spiritual practices, so often the breath is just automatic. Don't even think about it. So those moments where we can just think only of the breath, really centering. If you're seated, just imagine your roots coming from your tailbone, root chakra, muladhara. If you're lying down, maybe from your feet. And just connecting into earth and however what that means and what that feels for you. We can take a moment to open up through our chakras. So either kind of opening a flower or opening a door, however you like to visualize the opening of root, and then sacral, then your solar plexus, heart center, throat, vishuddhi, and then your third eye and your crown. And also I always like to imagine that there is a beautiful white field of light, the universal light, that just funnels now down through your crown. So you're connected to Father Heaven, Mother Earth, if you like. You are that link in between the universal energy and earth energy. And allowing that two-way flow. Energy coming in, energy releasing that we don't need. So we'll come into meditation in a moment. If you're lying down, just draw your knees in. Have a lovely stretch. Bring the head up to the knees if that feels nice. And if you're already seated, maybe just tilt the head side to side. Roll the shoulders. Just feeling into the body, loosening up a little before we sit. So joining me seated. We'll do mindfulness of breath this morning, that lovely kind of levels of stepping down into awareness. So we'll count the out breath 1 to 10 to start with. Then we'll switch to count the in breath 1 to 10. Drop the count on that third stage, and then the fourth stage really tuning into the sensation of everything you feel, even noticing how maybe your brain waves shift. There's often a kind of a real feeling of being in the beta waves, which we are now, that kind of day-to-day busyness, and then dropping into alpha. So let's pop the timer on. Just resting your hands. Let the eyelids close gently and then we'll start. So counting your out breath, 1 to 10. And there's no need to rush. You don't have to quicken the breath. Just go with the flow. And then after 10, just switching to count the in-breath. Following the breath, observing your thoughts. And after 10 of the in-breath, just releasing the count, following your breath. And just really allow yourself to fall into the depths of being mindful of your breath. So just take one more breath. And coming back, how did that feel? Do you notice when we come into the third stage whether you keep counting, even though we've done the out breath, the in breath, and then we drop the count? I noticed today my mind kept counting a few more times until I noticed I did it. So there's another alternative you can do, is you can just say in and out. That's quite a nice way of not getting kind of caught up in that counting as well. Okay, lovely. So we're going to come into caterpillar first. So a nice forward fold. Depending on how you're feeling in your back, you could always put a little blanket under your knees to soften this. Whatever feels right for you. So just sort of walking out the pads of your buttocks to start. And then we'll relax forward. Without any agenda on how this will look, just tuning into how it feels in the moment. Taking deep breaths, aware of anything that feels tight or twingy, and being very kind of gentle with your body. what's lovely about yin is there's not really any goal to this, each pose. It's just enjoying the journey of the time we spend in it and noticing what stretches. So as everything relaxes, the shoulders, arms and upper body and your legs, drawing your awareness to your belly and your breathing. Being interested in where you feel any sensation today, whether it's ankles or calves, backs of the knees or lower back. Relaxing your head and neck if you can, if they do feel a bit tense. Nice deep breaths. Where else can you relax? Are you relaxed in the hands and wrists? Feeling the breath to belly and that lovely openness in the back of the body. Ribs expanding. And just as we kind of have a little bit longer in this pose, notice if there's any movement into the pose. You can go a bit further. You've found the stretch. And then gently we'll take one more breath and lifting up slowly, coming back. Feeling good. Lying down for a few moments. And enjoying how you just gently roll your back down to the mat. Perhaps feeling a little bit of tenderness in that lower back initially. Just wiggle your tail, rock the pelvis a few times, find neutral spine, and then try and let everything soften where the muscles are a bit tight still. Relaxing, sometimes there's a need in the abdominal muscles to loosen so that the back can soften as well. Enjoy some deep breaths that will help relax everywhere. And so just checking in with what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, where the sensations fade and shift. Just being completely body aware of what's going on in the moment. Keep relaxing where you can. If you find every now and then the body sort of tenses a little, then relax and tenses. Just keep following what's going on. Until hopefully, gradually, you'll find that real softening. So we'll draw our knees in. Right and then left. We're going to come into open wing next. But have a nice rock first. Just massage your back. Little circles. And then just start by rolling up. And then we'll come on to our tummies. We're going to extend the right arm out first. So I'll turn this way. So come onto your belly. Right arm is extended outwards, sort of, in level with your shoulder, or if it feels a bit more comfortable to be lower, then that's fine too. And then from here, we're just going to roll back towards that right arm. Whether you bring your left knee up as a support, or whether you take that left leg behind you to sort of rock your left hip open, it's entirely up to you how you find it most comfortable to be in this position. So have a little play with how that feels. And you might even want to take your left arm, wrap it round, just rest it behind you if that feels nice. And just softening the head and the neck. It's about opening up this right shoulder joint. You don't have to do it intensely. You'll still feel a nice stretch here. And if there's any issues here, being very gentle. Just going where you know you can go. And then just trying to relax as much as you can through your body. I find this pose can be a little bit of a fidget in it first. So when you have found the position, trying to relax maybe the legs and the buttocks, especially if you're sort of keeping yourself taut to hold the pose. Try to relax. It is difficult. I'm trying to relax the head and the neck as well. And then once you feel like you have relaxed as much as you can, just again, draw your awareness to your breath, belly breathing. Relaxing both your hands and wrists. Relaxing legs and thighs if you find every now and then you're tensing. How does this pose feel? What do you notice going through your mind? Some poses you can get into and just totally relax. Other poses you might have that constant rotation of awareness where you're always catching yourself in attention. So we'll just gently take one more breath here. And then in whatever way is comfortable for you, start to roll back onto your belly first so that we release out of this shoulder movement. And then you can turn onto your back as soon as you've released your arm. Okay. Have a few moments just lying there, feeling what you feel. Especially it's nice to follow any chi movements, whether you notice it on the inner arm, which will be your heart and your lung meridians, and the outer arm, the yang channels of the large and the small intestine. Any tingliness in your palms, wrist, inner forearm. And noticing perhaps anything around the shoulder and where any sensations radiate through your body. So let's hug our knees in. And we'll come into the other side in a moment. Taking a rock. So rolling up, I'm going to turn the other way because we're going to move into the left arm now. So again, starting on your belly, left arm extends out, and then just rolling back towards that arm in whatever way feels right. You might find that one side you can't go as much, or you can go further. We're lying on our side, so if your hips need a little bit of comfort and support, pop another blanket underneath you. And then just really try and relax. This is quite a hard one to relax into. A challenging one here. Deep breaths. So looking where you might be tense in your buttocks or your legs. Checking in with your head and neck as well. This is a little bit of a twist, so you might find your tummy rumbles a little bit as well. Often any kind of twist, you'll activate the digestive system. So just noticing what's going through your mind. And if this pose is not good for you in any way, please always come out. So notice your thoughts. Is this a pose you enjoy? Is it one that you don't start off liking, but actually you soften into and there's some benefit? Very linked with our heart center. So tuning into your emotions. Shoulders are where we can hold a lot of burdens and responsibilities in life. And our arms are linked with how we express, give, love, take in life, maneuver through it. Let's just take one more breath. And gently again, coming first to your belly. And then we can come onto our back. Taking your time to move. When we start come out of some of these poses, we're not automatically in the position to lie back, so you might have a little bit of movement around your mat. That's okay. Just slowly and observing it all movements. Okay, so as you lie here, noticing what you feel through your left arm. Any differences with the sensations in the right side? Where is there any tingling or coolness? Does it feel nice through the elbows, the inner part of the arm, wrists and fingers? As we are working with the heart and the lung meridian, as you breathe, does it feel in some way easier? Is it more spacious in the chest? And then again, as always, just trying to really relax your back. And gently drawing knees in. Take your time, one leg at a time, then a nice rock. We're going to come into heart bench. But depending on how you're feeling, if you just need to be a bit more nurturing today, come into bench where we lie back over the cushion. But if heart bench suits you, we'll grab our 2 blocks. So our first pose was caterpillar, where we came forward into that forward fold. So coming into heart bench is that lovely way of counterposing and really opening through the upper part of our back. So gently lowering yourself onto the block that aligns your spine behind your heart. Take it gently and then adjust, and then the other block just to rest the back of the head. Have a few moments to play with that block, fidget and pop it into the right place. There's always that perfect spot, and it might take a few moments to find it. Okay, and then relaxing, arms resting wherever you feel most comfortable. And allowing the chin to just naturally tilt downwards, lengthening the neck. And this pose sort of carries on and lends itself to the opening of the shoulders and the arms. So perhaps close your eyes. Enjoy the openness of the breath and the deep breath. And just tuning into what you feel. Just allowing your body to feel quite heavy. Supported by the block. And when we work with anything sort of in the upper part of our chakras, heart upwards, it's about being supported in an emotional way. Maybe in your mind visualizing that your heart has doors and it's open. How open are the doors today on your heart? When there's times when you feel hurt, the doors may be tightly shut. And then other times, feeling very light-hearted, they'll be wide open. So it's a lovely opportunity to judge where you are emotionally in this moment today. Enjoying the nature of your breath, the way you can breathe deeply into the belly and the back, how the breath kind of rolls up into the chest. You can enjoy the 3-part yogic breath here. You can also enjoy a gentle ujjayi breath. And then we'll gently take one more breath in this pose. So drawing your arms towards you so you can support lifting up. Lift your head first, then your body. And then coming down once you've moved your blocks. Oh, that felt juicy today. How does it feel? Even as you come down, there might be sort of a strange sensation initially. Have a little rock of the body, find neutral spine. And then just absorb what's going on. It's nice also not just to feel what you feel, but feel where the body is in like a relief, where it feels free and there's no sensation. So we'll just gently bring our knees to our chest. We've come forwards, backwards, opened up through the arms into a very sort of almost a twist. And so we're going to come into a nice sort of side stretch now with banana, so that the body has come in all directions today very gently. Okay, when you're ready, we'll take our feet to the lower right corner. Bring your right foot over your left. Just sort of adjust the hips, buttocks, and then shuffle the shoulders over to that top right. Every day you come into this one will feel different, whether you want to come into quite a deep stretch or whether actually the moment you even move into it, you know it just needs to be very gentle. So choosing where you want to be. And arms can come above head. Sometimes it's nice just to take a few breaths here and notice if that feels good. Or bending at your elbows, cactus arms. Lovely stretch into the top of the chest and biceps. Relaxing the lower back and buttocks. And then if you're most comfortable with your arms by your sides, just returning them there. A very relaxing pose. Don't have to really think about releasing too much. We're very supported. But do just check in around the lower back, your buttocks, and sometimes the sides of your waist. You may notice just tensing every now and then. A lovely softening of the breath into the belly. How do you feel? This is a lovely stimulation for your feminine essence. So as you lie here, do you feel quite calm and peaceful? What naturally just comes out? And just enjoying how it feels to breathe the areas that feel more active in the body and moving, and the areas that feel like they're not getting so much movement. Keep relaxing if you find there's a bit of tension in the pelvis, the angle of the hips. And then gently we'll just take another breath here. Slowly lifting the head and body back into center, then uncrossing your feet and just coming again, neutral spine for a few breaths, and really noticing what you're feeling. That incredible, we've only moved a few inches top and bottom, but there's such a feeling in your left side. Perhaps you can notice it also on the inner thighs where we've had the legs crossed. We do to stimulate the liver and the kidney meridian. And the spleen. Okay, so before we go into the other side, just hug the knees in so that we can loosen up that sensation. It's nice to come into the other side sort of with a fresh feeling, just rolling on your back a few times. Okay, and then gently we'll extend the legs, lower left corner, just bringing your left foot over your right. The reason we do that is just to stop that leg kind of wiggling its way back through center, and then just a gentle choosing where you want to be. You might find that you just want to take the legs to the left and keep your body quite centered, especially if there is a sense, an issue with the hip on the right. Or you might find that keeping your legs more centered and just taking the body ever so gently to the left is what feels better. So you choose. We've got a few options here in how we come into this lovely banana stretch. Relaxing buttocks, loosen around your waist and your lower back. Oh, and arms. So again, if you want your arms above. Or cactus. And then arms by your sides if that's better. Stimulating our masculine essence, Pingala. So as you lie here, notice if your mind starts to wander into the things you need to do, sort of motivation, activity, rather than rest. Whether there is that natural connection to the masculine side of us. Lovely deep breaths, just following where the breath moves. How do you feel? It's just nice to ask yourself how you are in this moment. Like you'd ask a friend, how are you? Just asking yourself. This is also a lovely opportunity when you do ask yourself how you are, is to come up with some lovely little positive phrases. I am well. I am healthy. I'm happy. I'm content. Whatever comes to mind. I'm grateful. Keep checking if you're tensing through the buttocks and back. And then we'll just take one more breath, gently. Finding our way back to centre. Nice neutral spine again. Take a few breaths here. Again, have a little wriggle, especially if you can really feel that stretch through your right side. And then just take some moments of stillness, tuning in. Again, find where the chi is perhaps just flowing a little, coldness, a tingling. And again, just checking in with yourself. How are you in this moment? So we'll draw our knees in, nice and gently, nice and slowly. And having a nice rock on our back. Drawing the head up if you want that little bit more of a stretch. And then coming into relaxation. Either lying back down or coming up seated, or whatever feels right. You could always lie on your side, whatever position that you would like to take. It doesn't have to be seated or lying down, it could be something else. If your body is drawn to it, you know how you feel. So we'll just take a few minutes to enjoy a visualization. I'd like you to imagine that it's a day like this, which is a warm spring verging on summer day. It's really warm. So kind of a shorts and t-shirt weather, maybe with a very light cardigan or something over your shoulders. And you've chosen to take at least 10 minutes to go and sit in your garden. You have a chair that you already have that is comfortable, or you can visualize something that is really deeply comfortable, perhaps even sort of a lounge bed. Take yourself out into your garden, sitting or lying back, facing the sun. You feel the lovely warmth and your eyes will naturally close. As you close your eyelids, there is sort of a pink that deepens into a red that you see behind your eyelids. And you can't help but almost feel a smile stretch across your face. It's just that warm, cozy, loving feeling of being bathed in the sun. It's a quiet day, so all you can hear are the birds. You might hear a little bee buzzing around you, or other little rustlings in nature in your garden. But certainly the birds. You're lovely and warm, really comfortable. And just nobody needs anything from you in this moment. You can lie there, breathing gently. Let everything relax from head to toe. And just letting the mind wander. First of all, you will follow your thoughts, and eventually perhaps just drift into an unconsciousness. Still being quite happy lying in the warm sun in your garden. Perhaps still with your eyes closed. And coming back to that visualization of your garden. Just try and make it as vivid in your mind's eye as you can. seeing the flowers, the plants, any ornaments or paths or gravel. Can you make the colours vibrant and really pop out in your mind? You may have wind chimes or other things that create a lovely sound. So just before we come back, just drawing all this into a really vivid image, and maybe even the smells of your own garden, and flowers and fragrance could come to mind. So very gently, just coming back very slowly, eyes still closed, just take a deep breath. Long sigh. Just feeling that last little bit of tension leave you. And beginning to wiggle fingers and toes gently. Maybe moving wrists and ankles. Rocking the head side to side. Just being gentle. And if you're lying down, a nice stretch and a hug in of the knees. If you're seated, maybe just rolling the shoulders and a gentle flex of the spine. Feeling good within, feeling good about the rest of your day. And then just rolling up to seated if you're lying down. Feeling in a good vibration. When you're feeling good like this, then whatever you think about in a positive way, you'll likely attract it in some shape or form. So when you're ready, just bringing your hands to your heart center, that union, Om Shanti, Namaste.